Hi friends, so today I have another deck for you. This is JJPasak's Bamboozle deck, but obviously I don't want to use that name. It sounds a little bit strange. Okay, so I'm going for Daisy of the Valleys, which is Francesca's nickname. All right, and yeah, as you can see, I actually crafted this premium Francesca. Oh my god, it looks so good. Snake woman. I'm not even so sure like if there's a reference to snakes and her in the novels. Okay, but I'll talk about that maybe later during the gameplay. But yeah, as you can see, this deck is kind of like a hidden Roach deck that McBeard made before, but this time, we use Isengrim, Aglius, and Scorch, right? So that's the only differences. Plus, we have Elzer's Double Cross, which is actually an insanely good card because the first target will pick up would be Operator, right? Which Operator has two uses, right? If you win the first round, ideally you want to use Operator on Sierran, right? But if you don't win on the first round, there's still other good Operator targets, such as you can Operator Roach, or you can Operator like another good target. Sometimes Blue Mountain Commando is a pretty valid target, but usually you want to Operator Roach, okay? Roach or Sierra, that's the best. Or sometimes, like during the last round, the Operator Sierra is pretty good because you can Operator Sierra and give them a useless card, while you use Francesca to get rid of Sierra and the other Sierra, right? The copy Sierra, so you can get rid of two of them. But that's only for the last round. This deck is not autopilot like the Hensel deck or the monster deck. Freaking boring. Scoia'tael decks is always like this. There's always a little bit of RNG with the Elven Mercenary. Like which one you would take. So yeah, I'll go and explain more during the gameplay, but the gist of this deck is, okay, you want to buff Roach, okay, and first round you buff Roach, and then you put Sierra, and they will think that, oh my god, you're using a Toroville, they'll mistake this for Toroville, and basically you want to make them overcommit, and then you go into second round with so much card advantage. That is one way to play this. The other way to play this is make sure you win the first round, and then you Operator Sierra, alright? While at the same time you were buffing Roach. Okay, so that would be like the perfect situation, right? And for the last round, you use Francesca to get a Roach, Sierra, and the two Sierras. That's like the best situation possible. Alright, so I think I've done enough talking. Let's just get straight into gameplay. Alright guys, so I'm actually just, I took out the audio of the original gameplay, and now I'm re-recording it, so I can give a better, better commentary, if you will. So as you can see, we crafted the premium Francesca, which looks absolutely awesome, and as you can see, we have Milva as well. In this kind of situation, in the mulligan, ideally we want Roach in hand, that's for sure. The rest, it can be debatable what you really want. But you don't really want first lights, okay? First lights are definitely not what you're looking for. Look at Milva. I mean, Milva, this is actually really good. So, but the problem is if you don't keep a Roach in hand and they go first, then maybe this play is not very good, right? So that is why we're doing this. And obviously, I guess Isengrim will have to come out, right? But then we always want to save one gold card for the last round, ideally, right? So we could fish for Aglius as well. That is definitely a possibility. But right now, you know, we kind of got in the groove. We know what we want to do, right? Like, first thing we need to do is get this. This is actually not seen so much, right? These hawkers, smugglers. So all we need to do is get this above 6 strength. Then, I mean, yeah, 6 strength or above. Then we can, you know, play out Elven Mercenary safely, just in case we get, you know, a scorch situation going on, right? Yeah, and ideally you want to play cards, bronze cards, like for this deck, you're going to play it to the right of the gold card, okay? That is the ideal situation, because we have Toroville, right? So that is what we do. And when we place Toroville, we want to place it, because sometimes we have these spawn units, like from the Vanguards or from Isengrim, so it's better to put them a little bit to the left. Okay, no, I mean a little bit to the right, just in case stuff spawns, you know. You want to put it to the right, yeah, so because in case, you know, you get things spawning to the right. Hope that is kind of clear, but yeah. I mean, after you play for a while, you kind of just get, you'll get the point, Okay, right now this situation is sort of really strange for us, because, ideally, we wanted to thin our deck a little bit more with our Elven Mercenaries, but this is not really an option. So right now, it looks like if you have to make the decision, right? So they really want to win the first round, so we probably just play a card, pretend this is Toroville, right? Sometimes, obviously, if you're a streamer, you might get sniped, and this is not going to work at all. Alright, so, yeah. And I believe we do not actually play Saskia here, because to play Saskia here, it would be just a bad move in general. But right now, we have to pass, right? This is definitely a pass. I mean, even if you want to score here, it's not going to be easy, because he's playing these hawkers, smugglers, right? So now this is a weird situation for him. I believe he will pass. Right? In this deck, it's important for us to get the card advantage, okay? It is very crucial. Very crucial for us to get that card advantage. Alright, because sometimes if we have the card advantage, we can do the real cheese. We can do the operator Roach, and then we play Saskia double Roach situation going on, which is amazing for us. Amazing. So I have a feeling he might have been sniping. We don't know, but I don't think he was sniping. But yeah. Yeah, I guess he wasn't, but that little break was just a little bit strange, but it doesn't matter, okay? Right now, we kind of want to make sure we play a card. Ideally, we want to play a card, right? Like this. We're going to play a card, and hopefully he can't match that card, which is very unlikely, right? So we're trying to get into that situation. I mean, card advantage wise is not looking good for us. We have to, you know, we need him to play something useless, then we can pass, right? So that he has to play 2 cards. In that kind of situation, if he has to play 2 cards, then it's definitely good. It's good for. So you see us, we're desperate, right? We have to make sure, you know, we have to make sure we get the final say. Yeah, that's why we play this. We're gonna see what he kind of, you know, what approach he does here. We'll know what he does here. Because if in this matchup, if we don't get the card advantage, he's just going to scorch out Roach, which is going to be very bad for us, right? Very bad. So now he has a total of 9 strength, and we have a total of 6. So it's still not good enough, so we're going to go ahead and just, you know, we have to keep playing. I know sometimes it looks a little bit silly, but we basically have to keep playing until we get the card. We're able to get the card advantage. That is all we care about. And you might be wondering how come this deck doesn't play what everyone plays, right? Which is the, what do you call it? Yavin, right? It's because even an Elder's Double Cross has sort of like an anti-synergy situation going on, so it's really bad. So the reason why we did this, okay, the reason why we pass right now is because we're relying on him thinking that this is an 18 strength, right? He has 14 strength, so he has to play one more card to beat it if this is an 18 strength card, right? So we know from this that he is definitely not sniping, right? Because we did get a few snipers. I mean, this happens a lot. If you're playing ranked, a lot of people just like to snipe. That's how it is. But okay, from that play alone, you can tell 100% he's not sniping. All right. So you see that Bamboozle situation. Now we have the card advantage, so there's nothing to worry about. And then in this matchup, Operator Roach is actually pretty good if you have the card advantage, and if you have only one gold card, right? It's very good. And I'll show you why here. So we're gonna play this. We're gonna give him the Operation Roach, right? Yeah. And for Francesca, I'm not so sure if Aglius is good. But it still could be kind of good. I mean, it's still fine. Even if he scorches our roaches. Wow. Anyways, even if he does that, I feel it's okay. I mean, he's gonna scorch his own roach as well, right? It's looking like. Yeah. Look at us, man. Look at that finger of ours. Yeah, we jammed our finger just playing some basketball. So it's kind of bad. Oh, look at us talking. Man, that's intense. Yeah, so we actually also crafted Milva, Premium Milva, which feels good. Alright, so he plays that. So, yeah, we want to use this first before using Francesca because it thins out our deck. So I think we just go for the Elder's Double Cross. Yes, we do. Yes, we do. So now we're still protected from Scorch, which is real nice. I mean, the fact that he plays this, it looks like he doesn't really want to play Scorch, right? But you never know, right? You never know. Scoia'taels are like tricky players. The problem is Saskia might have to become the last card, because if you don't use Saskia as the last card, it's just like you're gonna set it up so they can scorch you, you know, and they don't scorch their own roach, which is bad. So sometimes it's a little bit tricky, right? Oh wow. So it brings out the big guns, and we just do this, right? We probably want to get, I would say a Scorch is pretty good. Scorch is pretty good. Okay, that is not bad either. Oh, Scorch. Yeah, even if we don't get Aglius. Actually, we didn't want to get Aglius. This is actually the best possible cards we could get. So obviously the last card would be Saskia. It's gonna... Saskia, that is crazy, man. Think about it. Saskia is gonna get 2 roaches, 15 strength each, right? So it's 30 strength plus Saskia. So at least a 37 point swing. So 37, 38, 39, 40, 41. 41 point swing with just one card. Although we do lose one card due to okay, Francesca, right? You have to think about Francesca as like losing one card. But 2 cards to achieve 40 plus strength is insane. That's why this deck is so good. Obviously, you have to build it up with Dragoons, and you know the whole setup situation is pretty intense as well. But it doesn't matter, right? So this is just very difficult for our opponent. I mean, it looks like he's winning, but no, he's not winning at all. Because as you know, it's a 40 plus strength, right, swing. We know that. So, and that last card is probably a Scorch. So yeah, Scorch is dead, so he's just gonna pass. Easy game, easy game. Watch this. Easy game, easy game. Yeah. This is crazy, right? This deck is crazy. So all you need to do is get that card advantage. Alright, so it looks like we're going on to the second game. We called that deck before as Lady Francesca, but now we're going to change it a little bit. I mean, Francesca, it's just boring, right? We have to use a nickname. Daisy of the Valleys. Daisy of the Valleys. Yep. So this time we're going against Radovid. It's really weird. Like, Radovid's appearing, right? But that Radovid is not premium. And you know, right? Premium, non-premium Radovids are just not as OP, right? So immediately you can see this hand was not so good. Well, actually, no, I take that back. This hand is the shit. Because we have Venticle Venom. And Venticle Venom, it's all the rage. Yeah. This song is pretty good too. Oh, look at us. Why are we so confused? I don't know. I guess we're confused because this guy... never mind. So obviously you go for that ignore that shit. And we just keep admiring Milva. I mean, she's such a good character, but I'm not so sure about yeah, so we don't have time for Dandelion, right? So kill Dandelion, and then let's get back to Milva, right? Milva is such a hottie. It's just so bad that we have to just watch her video, and watch her card, and she's dying and shit. What the hell? I mean, in some situations you don't want Roach in hand. That's fine. If you don't have Roach in hand, there's other buff targets, right? You can buff a Vanguard. You can also buff Torbjorn. So it's no biggie. But Sierran, I don't think is a very good buff target. To be honest here. Whoa. So in this kind of situation, we just go for the thinning, right? Go for some power. It's looking good. But then if he puts it like that, Scorch to kill 2 cards is always welcome. Okay, don't get too greedy with Scorchers, guys. It's not worth it. So see us shaking our head. It's what the hell? That's fine. I mean, you want to make sure you win that first round, and we don't really care about that, do we? Yeah, we don't care. So we play our game, which is the right game, the good game. We want to take this round because we can. We want to Operator Sierra. That would be the best situation. But these days, everyone would take the first round, right? It's all about taking that first round. And he makes the same mistake, right? He's doing that again. So, I mean, that is so much power. Even if we kill, we go for the kill. I mean, that is still a lot of power, man. But see us waving goodbye. Yeah. So now the question is this, okay? Do we want to play Torbjorn or Sierra, right? It's a question of Torbjorn or Sierra. May look simple, but it's a Bamboozle, right? If you always go for Sierra, right? They're gonna start expecting that, right? So now it's a question of if you go for the Torbjorn play and you win the round, then you're gonna feel so good, right? You're gonna feel good. So we're thinking, okay, does he play Frost? There's a chance he's gonna play Frost, so we're gonna play here. Actually, that would not be good positioning. Actually, in hindsight, that is actually not so bad position. We're gonna pass after this, I think. It also depends on what he plays. Yeah. Alright. So we know Torbjorn is gonna give us that 12 strength, right? But obviously, we feel that this is such a good play. 11 strength swing. plus 3, so that's a 14-point swing, so we think it's worth it. So yeah, we really want to take this round, as you can see, right? Because we have the Torvio situation going down. So now I think this is a very good pass, okay, because we're a lot of points ahead. Even if he uses Radovid, he probably has to use 2 cards. And when they have to use 2 cards to beat you, usually it's, you know, I feel it's safe enough to pass. Yeah. And that's what happens, right? It's all about the mind games, you know. The mind game is strong with us. Just enjoy the music as the our opponent, you know, is racking their brains, doing the calculations and shit, right? Yeah. And if he passes here, then we take this round, and he has wasted 2 cards. That's useless, right? Feels good. I don't know what he's doing, man. He probably thought that was a Sierran or something. Yeah, see us? We're just confused. Like, what is he doing? Yeah, but we don't care. We take the win. We gladly take the win. And that's it. Alright, guys. Thank you for watching. And I am going to leave JJPasak's like Twitch information and YouTube channel, so you know you can check him out. He's got, you know, definitely good decks, and yeah, he's a great player. So yeah, thank you guys for watching, and see you guys next time.